Imagine someone handed you 1 crore rupees today. What would you do with it? Would you leave it in your bank account? Buy a luxury car? Invest it all in one stock? Or maybe buy Bitcoin and hope it doubles? Most people think becoming wealthy is about finding one perfect investment. But that's not how the real 1% think. Because the wealthiest investors in the world don't rely on a single asset. They build portfolios. Portfolios designed to survive market crashes, inflation, economic recessions, and even their own mistakes. That's why when you look inside the portfolios of financially successful people, you don't find just one investment. You find a carefully balanced collection of assets, each one serving a different purpose. Some protect wealth, some generate income, some create long-term growth, and together, they quietly build financial freedom. Today, we're going inside that portfolio, not to copy the wealthy blindly, but to understand the thinking behind their decisions. Because once you understand what they own, you'll begin to understand why they stay wealthy. Most beginners believe investing is about picking the next winning stock, or finding the next cryptocurrency that could explode overnight. But experienced investors rarely think that way. They understand something simple. Every investment has a different job. Some investments are designed to keep your money safe. Some help it grow steadily. Some generate passive income. Others protect your purchasing power against inflation. That's why building wealth isn't about choosing one best investment. It's about building the right combination, the right portfolio. And if you look at the portfolios of many financially successful people, you'll notice the same investment categories appearing again and again. Let's start with the foundation. 1. Fixed deposit. For many people, a fixed deposit is the first step into investing. It's simple. You deposit money into a bank for a fixed period. In return, the bank pays a fixed rate of interest. Historically, FD interest rates in India have often ranged around 6 to 8% per year, depending on market conditions and the bank. It won't make you rich overnight, but that's not its purpose. Its purpose is safety, liquidity at maturity, predictability. Wealthy investors often use fixed deposits to preserve capital or maintain emergency funds. Not because FDs generate the highest returns, but because stability is also part of wealth. 2. Recurring deposit. Unlike an FD, a recurring deposit allows you to invest a fixed amount every month. Instead of waiting until you have a large amount of money, you build consistency, month after month. RDs usually offer returns similar to fixed deposits. But their biggest benefit isn't the interest, it's the habit. Because wealth is rarely built through one big investment. It's usually built through hundreds of disciplined decisions. That's why many successful investors value consistency more than excitement. 3. Mutual funds. Now we move from protecting money to growing it. A mutual fund pools money from thousands of investors. Professional fund managers then invest that money into stocks, bonds, or other securities. For beginners, this provides instant diversification without needing to research dozens of individual companies. Historically, many equity mutual funds have delivered attractive long-term returns over extended periods, although performance varies and returns are never guaranteed. Markets rise, markets fall. But over time, mutual funds have become one of the most popular wealth-building tools for long-term investors. Because sometimes, owning a small piece of many great businesses is smarter than trying to find one perfect company. As we move beyond traditional savings, something interesting begins to happen. The more options people have, the more confused they become. Thousands of stocks, hundreds of mutual funds, ETFs, crypto, bonds, international markets. Suddenly, investing feels overwhelming. And when people feel overwhelmed, they often do nothing. Behavioral psychologists call this analysis paralysis. The fear of making the wrong decision becomes stronger than the desire to make the right one. But wealthy investors understand something different. They don't wait for certainty, because certainty doesn't exist. They focus on consistency. They know that investing isn't about predicting the future. It's about preparing for it. And that's where the next investment enters the picture. 4. Systematic investment plan. Many beginners think SIP is an investment. It isn't. It's simply a way of investing. Instead of investing one large amount, you invest a fixed amount regularly, every week, or every month. Most people use SIPs to invest in mutual funds. The biggest advantage? Discipline. When markets fall, your SIP keeps investing. When markets rise, it keeps investing. Over long periods, this helps average out the cost of investing instead of trying to perfectly time the market. For many long-term investors, consistency has proven more valuable than perfect timing, because the market rewards patience far more often than prediction. 5. Stocks. When you buy a stock, you're becoming a part owner of a company. If that company grows, your ownership can become more valuable. Some companies also share profits through dividends. Historically, broad stock markets have delivered strong long-term returns over decades, although short-term prices can be highly volatile. That's why stocks are often considered one of the most powerful long-term wealth-building assets. But they're also emotional. Prices can fall sharply. News creates panic. Fear spreads quickly. Many people sell during crashes only to watch markets recover later. This isn't a financial mistake. It's a psychological one. The greatest challenge in stock investing isn't choosing companies. It's controlling your emotions. That's why wealthy investors don't just study businesses. They study themselves. 6. Systematic withdrawal plan. Most people learn how to invest. Very few learn how to withdraw. That's where a systematic withdrawal plan becomes useful. A systematic withdrawal plan allows investors to withdraw a fixed amount from certain mutual fund investments at regular intervals. Think of it as creating your own paycheck from your investments. Instead of selling everything at once, you withdraw gradually. Many retirees and long-term investors use SWPs because they provide a more structured way of accessing wealth. It's not designed to build wealth from the beginning. It's designed to help you enjoy the wealth you've already built. And that's an important reminder. Every investment has a purpose. Some help you grow. Others help you preserve. Some help you generate income. The wealthy don't ask, which investment is the best? They ask, what job do I need this investment to do? That single question changes the way you build a portfolio. And we're only halfway through, because some of the most powerful wealth-building assets are still ahead. By now, you may have noticed something. The wealthiest investors don't put all their money into one place. They diversify, because they understand a simple truth. No single investment wins forever. Every asset has seasons. Some perform well during economic growth. Others shine during uncertainty. That's why a balanced portfolio isn't built around predictions. It's built around preparation. Let's continue exploring the remaining investments that many experienced investors include in their portfolios. 7. Public Provident Fund. If patience had a financial product, it would probably look like the Public Provident Fund. PPF is backed by the Government of India and is considered one of the safest long-term investment options available. It also offers tax benefits under current Indian tax laws. The returns are government-declared and can change over time. Historically, they've often been in the range of 7 to 8% per year, though they are not fixed forever. The biggest advantage? Safety, tax efficiency, long-term compounding. The disadvantage? Your money remains locked in for many years, making it less flexible than some other investments. For wealthy investors, PPF isn't about getting rich quickly. It's about creating a stable foundation. 8. Exchange-traded funds. Imagine investing in dozens, or even hundreds, of companies through a single investment. That's what an ETF allows you to do. An exchange-traded fund tracks an index, sector, commodity, or group of assets while being traded on the exchange just like a stock. Popular ETFs follow major indices such as the Nifty 50 or the S&P 500. The advantages are clear: diversification, lower management costs, transparency, easy buying and selling during market hours. But like any market investment, their value rises and falls with the underlying assets. An ETF won't protect you from market declines, but it helps reduce the risk of depending on one company alone. 9. U.S. stocks. Today's economy is global. Many of the world's biggest companies aren't based in India. They're based in the United States. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, and Alphabet have shaped the modern economy. That's why many experienced investors choose to own U.S. stocks as part of a diversified portfolio. The benefits? Global diversification, exposure to some of the world's largest businesses, access to industries that may not be widely available in domestic markets. But there are trade-offs: currency fluctuations, international tax considerations, and market volatility. Owning global companies doesn't eliminate risk. It simply spreads opportunity beyond one country's economy. 10. Bonds. If stocks represent growth, bonds often represent stability. When you purchase a bond, you're lending money to a government or company in exchange for regular interest payments and the return of your principal at maturity. Because of this, bonds are generally considered less volatile than stocks. They're often used by investors who want to preserve wealth or generate relatively predictable income. The trade-off? Historically, bonds have tended to produce lower long-term returns than equities. But that's okay, because not every investment should chase maximum growth. Some investments exist to provide balance. And balance is one of the most underrated parts of building wealth. 11. Cryptocurrency. Few investments have created as much excitement or as much controversy as cryptocurrency. Some investors see it as the future of finance. Others see it as highly speculative. The truth lies somewhere in between. Crypto has produced extraordinary gains during certain periods, but it has also experienced dramatic declines. Its prices can change rapidly, sometimes within hours. That's why many experienced investors treat crypto differently from traditional investments. Rather than placing everything into it, they often allocate only a small portion of their portfolio, enough to participate if the technology grows, but not enough to threaten their financial future if it doesn't. Because building wealth isn't about taking reckless risks, it's about taking calculated ones. And that's a lesson every investor eventually learns.
Imagine two people beginning their financial journey on the same day. Both earn similar salaries.
Both dream of becoming financially free. The first person spends years chasing the highest returns, jumping from one investment to another, following trends, buying whatever everyone else is buying. The second does something less exciting. They slowly build a balanced portfolio. Some money goes into safer investments, some into long-term growth, some into global markets, some into businesses, some into digital assets. Year after year, the first investor experiences emotional highs and devastating lows. The second experiences something different: progress. Not because every investment succeeds, but because no single investment decides their future. That's the hidden power of diversification. The goal isn't to be right every time. The goal is to survive long enough for compounding to work. Because wealth isn't destroyed by one bad year. It's destroyed by one bad decision repeated over and over again.
Here's what most people never realize. The real 1% don't obsess over returns every day. They obsess over risk, because preserving wealth is just as important as creating it. That's why their portfolios rarely depend on one company, one property, one cryptocurrency, or one country. Instead, every investment has a purpose. FDs and PPF create stability. Mutual funds, SIPs, and ETFs build long-term growth. Stocks and US stocks provide ownership in businesses. Businesses create unlimited potential. Bonds reduce volatility. Crypto offers exposure to emerging technology. Individually, each investment has weaknesses. Together, they become stronger. That's what a portfolio is, not a collection of investments, a collection of responsibilities, each asset quietly protecting the others. If there's one lesson hidden inside this documentary, it's this: don't ask which investment is the best. Ask, what job should this investment perform? Some investments protect, some grow, some generate income, some preserve purchasing power, some create opportunity. You don't become wealthy because you own one perfect asset. You become wealthy because your portfolio continues working, even when one investment struggles. That's how the real 1% think. Not emotionally, not impulsively, strategically, patiently, and consistently. Because successful investing has never been about excitement. It's been about discipline. At the beginning of this documentary, we asked what the real 1% actually own. Now you know. It's not one magical investment. It's not one secret stock. It's not one lucky decision. It's a portfolio, built carefully, protected patiently, improved consistently. Because every great portfolio tells a story of discipline instead of impulse, ownership instead of consumption, patience instead of panic, and long-term thinking instead of short-term emotion. The truth is, most people spend years searching for the next big opportunity, while the wealthy quietly build systems that continue creating wealth, year after year. That's why they stay wealthy. Not because they always predict the future, but because they're prepared for it. And maybe that's the greatest financial lesson of all. Money alone doesn't create wealth. Ownership does. Discipline does. Diversification does. And time rewards those who remain patient. Because in the end, the goal was never to own the perfect investment. The goal was to build a portfolio strong enough to carry you toward financial freedom. And perhaps that's what the real 1% understood all along.